Hello, everybody, and welcome, welcome. Thank you all so much for joining our foster party before our Shelter Me TV premiere of The Fosters. Thank you all so much for signing in to join us. We are so excited that you all are here and joining us today for this super exciting pre-party. We were hoping to be able to connect this to Facebook, but I'm looking at my tools and my settings right now. I am not totally certain we're going to be able to do that, so hang tight, team. But as you all come in as participants on this call, please know that there is a chat box available to you, so you can chat your questions, chat your comments. There's also a Q&A, so if at any point during this call you have a question or two for us, don't hesitate to ask. You have some people here who would be excited and happy to answer your questions. So we'll give it just another minute for people to continue to roll into this call, and then we will officially be ready to begin. And I'm going to see if we can broadcast this live to Facebook one more time, because I want as many people to be able to tune in and play along as possible. For all of you who are signing into this call, know that by registering and signing in, you are already entered into a drawing to win some cool stuff from Petco Foundation and Bob's Friend Sketchers. Suzanne's pointing to her Fostering Saves Lives t-shirt. We have another person on this call wearing it as well. That's one of the cool gifts that you can get. Suzanne, do you want to hold up that yard sign too? Yeah, we get those as well. And it looks like we're going to be able to broadcast to Facebook. So y'all, if you will just give me 1 second to make this work, we will have more people at this party. And that's what we want, right? We want to celebrate this. We want to celebrate this with everybody. All right, here we go. Let's see if it'll let us go live. 3, 2, 1. And all right, I gave it my best shot twice, y'all. It's not gonna let us do this, but we will find a way to make it happen. We'll put this up on Facebook afterwards. But we are going to get started because it is 3:02 and you all are here to celebrate. So my name is Rachel. I am representing the Petco Foundation today, and I am thrilled that you are here to celebrate fostering with us. As you know, this is our pre-party before we release an exclusive premiere to Shelter Me's segment, The Fosters. This exciting segment from Shelter Me TV focuses on fostering, and it's perfect for us because, as most of you know, it is Foster a Pet Month. And all we want to do this month is celebrate fosters. So we thank all of you fosters who are here to tune in with us today. To give you an idea of how this call will run, once I am done telling you all of the housekeeping, I will pass it off to President of the Petco Foundation, Suzanne Kogut, to tell you a few things about Shelter Me, our partnership, and fostering. After Suzanne, you will hear from Heather Johnson, as well as her 3 daughters, who are foster heroes. They are some of the national foster heroes that the Petco Foundation has recognized this month, and they will share their story with us. They'll share a little bit about fostering with us. And then as soon as we're done hearing from them, we have an awesome game for you all today. And as you know, we do have some prizes if you win this game, but don't worry, there will be some participation trophies handed out as well if you do not come out on top of the podium. But we'll dive into that a little bit more. And I see a couple people saying, I would love one of those t-shirts to wear for our Petco Foundation adoption events. And y'all, I promise you will have the chance to win one. So stay tuned, stay on through the whole broadcast, and we will have plenty of opportunities for you to try to win some t-shirts. So Suzanne, while we have you, will you welcome everybody and just share a little bit more about Shelter Me TV, what it means to you, and what that partnership has meant to the foundation over the years?
Yes, absolutely, Rachel, and so much for being a pro. I forgot to take it off mute, right? Hey, guys, it is great to be here with everyone today, and there's no better party than a foster party, right? Because there's one thing about fostering, it's the only party that you could say when you have a foster party, you're also saving lives, right? Because fostering saves lives. Listen, you guys have heard it from us before, time after time, but just imagine 2% pet-owning households, if just 2% of them fostered every year, we would eliminate euthanasia in shelters in this country today. So as foster heroes, as fostering advocates, if we can bring more people on to foster, that is going to go a long way to saving lives. So thank you guys for participating in this call. Gosh, I have to tell you, Shelter Me and their premiere showing, the impact of fostering, especially during this phase in the pandemic that we're in. It's just been remarkable how communities across the country, people across the country, have come together, and we see empty shelters, no animals in cages. Euthanasia rates have declined significantly, and it's all because people have decided, hey, this is a great time to foster, but we have to keep that momentum going. And I actually think this inspiring story that Shelter Me has told about fostering will work towards doing that and keeping this momentum going so we foster all the time into the future. Now, let me tell you something. Shelter Me TV, an amazing series. If you haven't seen any of them, they run on PBS. It's an inspiring film series that celebrates shelter pets and the people who help them and the people who love them. And the Shelter Me team, Stephen Latham and his production team, they believe that change comes from inspiration, and they tell these inspiring stories to help get other people involved. I mean, it's been a partnership that we've been involved in for, I think it's been about 5 years now, and just, these are just incredible stories that, whether it's stories of fostering, whether it's stories of shelter pets working as search dogs, working in police departments, as narcotic detection pets, just amazing stories. Even one about a dog that paints and raises money for local shelter pets, Dog Vinci, and that's actually the upcoming PBS episode right now. The episode that you're getting a first time look at, that'll be shown on PBS later in the year at the fourth quarter of this year. So I highly encourage everyone. You can go to the Shelter Me Facebook page, and you can learn more about when these episodes are airing and where you can see actually some of the previous episodes. So with that, I'm going to throw it back to Rachel, but I just want to always thank everyone for everything that you're doing every day to save lives, and especially the foster heroes joining us today. So back to you, Rachel.
Awesome. Thank you, Suzanne. And I am so pleased to have the honor of introducing our special guests for this call, and that is the Johnson family. So Heather, you'll have to correct me, but I think I'm going to get it right, going from left to right. So we are joined by Maya, Heather,
yep,
and Ava, right? If I'm going left to right. And these women have been recognized as National Foster Heroes of the Petco Foundation. We have asked them to join us today just to share a little bit more about their experience with fostering. So ladies, please take it away.
Hi, so we started fostering about 6 years ago, and we started out with just a couple puppies just to see how it went. And we loved it so much that after we had those puppies adopted, maybe 2 or 3 weeks later, we fostered 3 puppies. And then those got adopted a couple weeks later. We thought the number would just keep going up, but we kept it at about 2 to 3 puppies. And we eventually worked our way up to fostering whole litters. And over the past 5 years, we've fostered over 200 dogs and puppies. It seems like we always have puppies in our house. People in our neighborhood, the first thing they always say when they see us is, how many puppies do you guys have? Because it's just so common that we always have foster puppies in our house. We love picking them up, bringing them home. And because we do the whole litter, we usually start with the pregnant mama, and we have her in our house for sometimes up to 2 weeks before she has the babies. And then we birth the babies, which is amazing in itself. And then we raise them for 6 weeks until they go to the vet, and then they go to a new foster where they start potty training and crate training and all sorts of fun manners. So it's been quite a ride.
Okay, so girls, I'm going to put you on the spot here. Do y'all have a favorite memory from fostering, or a favorite either foster mama that you fostered or a puppy that you fostered that's really kind of like stuck with y'all and it's the story you tell all the time?
I think my favorite moment is when I helped deliver one of the litters of puppies. It was really late at night, I think maybe 2 in the morning. And it was just me and my mom staying up delivering the puppies. And it was so special to me because I got to watch this like miracle happen in front of my eyes, and no one else has experienced this. And it was really special to me.
Yeah. And my kids have been through so much with puppies. We've had sick puppies. We've had a whole litter pass away once. We've had some things happen, but the growth that I've seen in each of my kids through these things, they're life lessons that I feel like they would never learn such things, you know, and just taking care of these puppies and dogs, they've learned so much. Makes me proud.
Well, you have a lot to be proud of with those 3 who are helping you along the way. Now, I heard you say, Maya, that, you know, other people don't get to experience this. Do y'all have any friends that foster, or are you the only ones in your friend group who get to do this when they go home after school?
Not many people that I know foster. I know some people that do different animals. One of my friends fosters cats, but not many people that I know foster dogs.
We have some friends that do it, but not as frequently as we do it. We definitely, as I said, we take about a week or 2 break in between litters, and then we start right back up again. My house feels quiet without puppies in the house.
So one of the things that we hear, we have a lot of people who will say they're, you know, fearful of fostering because they have, you know, they don't think they have enough time on their hands. And Heather, as a mama of 3 who consistently has these puppies in their home, what would you tell those people who say like they don't have the time for it?
That's the number one thing that I hear too. People always say, I don't know how you find the time to do it. I could never do it. I don't have time. And for me, number one, family is obviously the most important thing. And this is something that we all do together, including my husband, who couldn't be here right now, but we all do it together. It is a lot of work. I mean, we don't necessarily publicize everything that we have to do behind the scenes, but we all kind of take different roles, and we all do it together. And they just become part of my routine, just like my routine of taking care of my kids and my dogs. And I own my own business, so just in part of my day, it's just built in. In the mornings where I don't have to take care of puppies, I kind of just walk in circles because I'm used to the added chaos in the morning of taking care of a bunch of puppies. So
that's awesome.
It's teamwork.
Suzanne, I saw you unmute your microphone. Do you have a question for the Johnson family?
I have 2 questions. Do we divide up the poop duty?
We don't necessarily divide it up, but my rule is if you see it, you have to clean it up.
That's a good rule. That's a good rule. My second one is, have you guys done bottle babies?
Oh, yes. Honestly, birthing puppies is my favorite thing in the world, but I do love bottle babies too, because a lot of times with the mamas, it can present some situations with my dogs. Maybe we can't bring the puppies into my living room because, you know, the mama wants the puppies to be with her in the whelping box. So if we have bottle babies, they really go with us room to room, and they just become, you know, our dogs too. Whereas the mamas take care of their puppies. Obviously they're feeding them all day. They clean up after them. They're playing with them. They're caring for their puppies. I mean, I'm obviously helping, but with bottle babies, we're doing everything. We're feeding them, we're cleaning up after them, we're stimulating them, we're exercising them. Like, we do everything. And so, you know, it's such a different experience. And you feed them with their bottles, and they take their paws and they just knead on your hands as you're feeding them the bottles. And I love it, as you can tell.
Yeah, it's amazing
We had it.
to grow up. So that's awesome that you guys have done that. Thank you.
We had a question come through in our chat box, and we had somebody, I believe it was Marta. Marta's wondering if you ever see the puppies once they get adopted and they head out. Do you ever run into them in the community and see how they're doing?
All the time. All the time. That's actually the best part of fostering for me, is seeing the puppies grow up with their families and driving through the neighborhood. A lot of people in my neighborhood have adopted puppies from us. And every week, every single week, I am driving in our neighborhood and I see families out walking, you know, the now dogs that were once puppies that were born in my laundry room. And I've pulled the car over several times, and I swear the puppies still remember my voice because I do this really high-pitched voice, and the puppies get all excited, and I swear, and families swear that they recognize my voice too. It's so fun, and just seeing them with their families, seeing them on vacation with their families, and it's amazing. I try and connect with everybody who adopts our puppies. I try and connect through social media so I can kind of watch them grow up. Because these families, I mean, these puppies become part of our family, you know, way down in our hearts. You know, Lola, my youngest, is only 9, and she definitely gets attached to every litter that comes through. And there's definitely some tears shed when they leave, but I think I always tell them it makes us good at what we do because we love them like they're our own pets.
We always say that goodbye is the goal. And I've also heard people say that it's not goodbye, it's hello to new beginnings.
Mm-hmm.
But how do you handle saying goodbye to those puppies? I know you said it can be a little bit emotional, but what's the part of it that kind of gives you hope and happiness when you finally get to say goodbye to them?
Well, usually for us, we've had the puppies for about 8 weeks. So towards the end, it's a lot of work cleaning up after them. I do the first day or two, it's very sad, very lonely because I'm so used to, you know, we bring the puppies with us in different rooms of the house. If we're sitting on the couch watching TV, we almost always go scoop up a puppy and, you know, let it sit with us on the couch. But just knowing the families that they're going to and watching their face light up and, you know, as they're preparing for the puppy, they're getting everything that they need, they're asking questions. And so just kind of guiding them. And we know just from our own dogs what we're giving them. You know, both of our dogs we fostered them and we adopted both of them. And so I think the joy that we get from adopting them to families. And I know like Ava had a puppy that was really special to her. And she kept asking, can we please adopt this puppy? I think this is the one. But it turned out that some good friends of ours and somebody who she rides the bus with adopted that puppy. So she's actually puppy sitting that puppy this weekend. And so it's just worked out that these were bottle feeder babies. So we were really attached to them. And, you know, she's puppy sitting them this weekend. So it's great.
That's perfect. It's neat when you can, you know, allow them to say hello to their new and exciting and full lives and still be able to be a part of it. So I love that full circle moment for y'all that you get to welcome them back this weekend. We have a question come through the chat from Sharon Parker, and she is wondering if you have seen a difference in fostering through the pandemic, if you have fostered through the pandemic, and kind of what that's looked like for you all.
So we do this so much that we just have a good rhythm going. But I know that the organization that we volunteer for is Peak Lab Rescue. And what we saw in North Carolina here was some shelters were closing. So we were having a lot of people that took advantage of being home right now and they really wanted to foster. We had, I think, a couple hundred applications come through of families that wanted to try fostering. But at the same time, some of our shelters were closing, so we weren't getting the same intake that we're accustomed to. So we had families lined up, which was great. And we started taking in other dogs other than labs because there was such a need. And usually we work with shelters that are, and we pull the lab mixes, anything that kind of resembles a lab. But during the pandemic, we opened our hearts up to all sorts of dogs, which has been really fun, actually, kind of different.
All right, and Heather, I have a shout out that I have to give to a organization that I just saw pop into the chat, and then I want you to give a shout out to the organization you're representing because I'm realizing I didn't even say it as part of your intro, so I want to make sure they get the love that they deserve. But I have to give a shout out because I saw Crystal Mendoza say that she fosters through Palm Valley Animal Society, and that's here in Texas. And I actually have a Palm Valley alum in my house. So Crystal, on behalf of me and my happy family, I have to say thank you for fostering through Palm Valley. And Heather, can you tell us who you foster for?
Yeah, we foster for Peak Lab Rescue, and we're in North Carolina, and the rescue is based out of Apex. And as I said, we mostly do lab mixes, but over the pandemic, we've really opened our arms and hearts to all sorts of breeds.
That's fantastic. Well, thank you so much for sharing that. We have some other foster heroes that we're going to list and name and share all of their names. But Heather, before we let you and your family go, or girls, is there anything else you want to tell our audience listening today about fostering?
I
Final thought.
One of my favorite parts of fostering is just being with the puppies all the time. And then if I'm ever like need someone to just like cuddle with, I can always just play with them, or even on the couch and do whatever. And they're just so nice to have around all the time.
That's fantastic. Anyone else have final thoughts? Thank you for sharing that. I love that. Now I want a puppy.
I just think it's a really great experience. I mean, I'm so happy that this is part of our lives. I think that other people should try it too. It's very rewarding to see what horrible things they go through, and then to take them out of that and give them better lives. That is in itself such a rewarding experience, and I'm so glad I get to experience that.
Awesome. Well, what about you, Lola? Anything you want to tell us?
Some people say I'm a dog whisperer because sometimes the mamas don't really get along with other people, but they always get along with me really well.
Mm-hmm. Lola is our resident dog whisperer. Any dog that comes in that's very uneasy, she's the one that spends the most time. She brings her homework and she'll sit there and do her homework next to the dogs or to the puppies. She reads to them. We call her our whisperer.
Well, we all need a Lola when we're fostering, right? That's fantastic. Well, thank you again, Johnson family, for being here and for sharing your experience with us today. I love the fact that it's something you want more and more people to do. So anybody who's tuning in and listening to this call who is not yet a foster, petcofoundation.org/shelter will give you a list of organizations near your hometown that you can sign up and foster with. So thank you all so much. And with that, Victoria, I'm going to ask you to share your screen so we can acknowledge those who have joined the ranks with the Johnsons and who are also foster hero extraordinaires. See, pulling up our screen here. Fantastic.
Thanks for your
All right,
patience while I'm trying to get that up.
Away.
Thanks, Rachel. So as both Suzanne and Rachel mentioned, June, we have been highlighting foster heroes who are doing incredible things across the country to save lives through fostering. And a lot of these people are volunteers. They donate, they do multiple things, life-saving, they take lots of life-saving action. So we're highlighting some of them this month. And so we have a few incredible people to go through. Quick shout outs to everybody. So Pam M, she fosters for Austin Pets Alive in Austin, Texas. We have Angela B, who also, she is a foster for Barks, which is incredible. Valerie W, look at that cute little kitten she's holding in that photo. She fosters for Foothills Animal Shelter in Golden, Colorado. So quick shout out to Heather H, Front Street. She is a Front Street foster in Sacramento. We have Susan S, who fosters for Fur Kids Animal Rescue and Shelters in Atlanta. Cherise, who is a foster for Humane Rescue Alliance in DC. Way to go, Cherise. Jennifer L, she is in Harris County Animal Shelter. She is a foster in Houston, Texas. Gina M, who is a foster for Heartland Animal Shelter in Chicago. Susan and Larry, who are a foster duo who foster for Humane Society for Southwest Washington in Vancouver, Washington. We have Morgan R, who is a foster for Jacksonville Humane Society in Jacksonville, Florida. We have Mike B, who fosters for Canine Stray Rescue League in Oxford. And then we have Cheryl P. Cheryl P, I have to give you a shout out because I hope you're on this call, but I love your dress in this photo. I've been meaning to say this for a while. Totally envious of this photo. Cheryl fosters for Lee County Domestic Animal Services in Fort Myers, Florida. And then we also have Roxy L, who fosters for Maricopa County in Phoenix, Arizona. We have Andre Karma, who fosters for Muddy Paws in New York. Lori R., who fosters for Music City Animal Rescue in Nashville, and Rita P., who also fosters for Palm Valley in McAllen, Texas. And then a very familiar group, very familiar faces, the amazing Johnson family, who we are highlighting. You guys are familiar with where they foster. Liz J., she fosters for Pima in Tucson. And we have Kathleen C., who fosters for the SASPCA in San Antonio. We have Tracy D., who fosters for Humane Society of the Treasure Coast in West Palm Beach, Florida. And then we have Bonnie K., who also, she fosters for Humane Society Waterville area in Waterville. And then we have finally Samantha, who, I love this photo, Samantha, who fosters for Wayside Waifs in Kansas City. So again, we're highlighting these incredible stories. We've all month long, we've been highlighting these wonderful people. Be sure to check them out on our social media on Facebook, Instagram, because we've been sharing their amazing stories every single day, highlighting the incredible work that they're doing. So be sure to tune in for all of that, because these people are doing incredible stuff across the country to save lives through fostering.
All right, we got to give them a virtual round of applause. So if any of these national foster heroes, Johnson's included, are listening, we are here and we are clapping for you, and we are so grateful. So thank you all so much. All right, Victoria, why don't you flip to that next slide, because I think, if I am not wrong, it is just about game time. We are ready for this foster trivia. Maybe we're ready.
For your patience, because I tried to advance to the next slide, but technology is not on my side today. For some reason, it's not advancing.
No worries.
There we go.
There it is. Cool. All right, team. So if you are watching this slide, you have seen this Fostering Saves Lives. We have 2 of our models wearing it on this call today, and then we also have some photos here. If you are tuning into this call just to listen, now is your time to get involved. We are ready for foster trivia. We will be giving out a few randomly selected prizes for people who are just participating. And then, of course, those who are the winners and end up in the podium, you all will be able to, we'll reach out to you and get sizes for your Bobs from Skechers shoes, as well as your t-shirt. And then we'll send you one of those awesome Ask Me About My Foster Pet yard signs. So tons of opportunity to win. Victoria, can you advance to that next slide? We'll go over some housekeeping rules about this game. If it advances, it'll get there eventually. We know, we just have to wait a sec. It's coming. But there's a couple pieces of information we want to share with you all before we dive right into this game. And the first one is all focused on choosing your username. So we will first ask everybody, while we're going through these ground rules, if you have a mobile device, so a cell phone around you, to go to kahoot.it. So just open up your web browser. It's not an app. It's just kahoot.it, Kahoot.it. Oh, and we just got a message that one of the featured foster kittens that we just showed, the foster mama, is on this call. It's a very cool full circle moment for us. So open up your web browsers, y'all. Head to kahoot.it. We will give you a game room code once we are done with these ground rules. So hang tight, y'all. That is coming. For efficiency's sake, and so that we can give you the correct prize if you do win, we ask that the name you select during this Kahoot play is something very similar to what you use to register. So for instance, my name is Rachel Webb. I would use Rachel Webb. Jane Smith would use Jane Smith. If your name is too long to fit in the allotted space, you can abbreviate things. We will figure it out. But just try to use something that we will be able to link back to the name you used when you registered. We have 2 sections of this game. It's all based on foster plus some foundation fun trivia that we're including today. If you're using your mobile device, what you'll see for general trivia is located in the top left of the screen. So you'll see a red box, a green box, a yellow box, and a green box. You'll want to look at your computer or wherever you're logged into Zoom to see the question and the responses, and then you'll choose the corresponding color. So for instance, if you want to answer whatever's in that red box, you'll click the red triangle, and that's all you'll see on your screen. And I just got a question that says, it's asking for a game pin, hang tight. We are almost there. We just want to go over some of these ground rules before we get there. But if you're being asked for a game pin, you're in the right place. For true and false, you'll only have 2 answers, and it will always be the green or the red and the true or the false. You'll have 20 seconds to answer each question. That is multiple choice. And then the true or false, you'll have 10 seconds to answer. If you get all of the questions right, which is possible, somebody might get all the questions right, your score will be based on both speed and accuracy. So it's not just enough to Google every right response. You do have to get that answer in quickly. So Victoria, will you pull down this slide, put up Kahoot, and we will get going. I'm excited about this one. I see a lot of people saying they like Kahoot. That's great news. People saying they're seeing the prompt for a game pin, which means they're in the right location, which is very exciting. And I am so ready for this game to start, y'all. It's going to be so fun. All right, so our game pin is 282947. 282947. So we will wait for a few people to enter that game code. Oh, I'm seeing people start to enter the game. All right, and we'll let that kind of collect for just a minute while we wait for everybody to be able to join. So if at any point you get connected, it's just kahoot.it, Kahoot.it. And again, that's a web browser. It is not a, what am I trying to say? App, an app. It is not an app. Cool. All right, I'm seeing people still joining. So again, we're just going to, I see somebody say I'm new to this and there's a learning curve. There is a learning curve, don't worry, we'll go slow. We'll go slow so everybody can get in. We'll give everybody just another minute to get logged in, and then we will begin. I don't know about y'all, but I'm real excited. And as soon as this game is over, we'll have some fun winners and access to the exclusive Shelter Me premiere, which is what everyone's waiting for, right? All right, I'm still seeing that number climb, so I'm gonna wait for that to finish. All right, okay, I think we've leveled off. So let's get started. Victoria, do you wanna hit start the game? All right, here we go. 24 questions, y'all. Here we are. All right, first question, team. Maybe. Oh, okay, so this is telling you that you have 20 seconds to answer all the questions. We covered that, but just want to make sure everybody knows one more time. You'll see some fun photos featured throughout this whole thing too. All right, if just blank % of pet-owning households fostered 1 pet per year, we could end unnecessary euthanasia tomorrow. We have about 15 seconds to answer that. So is it 10%, 2%, 12%, 15%? A nice fill in the code there.
And I think this is the one we gave them, Rachel.
Yeah, this is the practice round.
This is the freebie.
We wanted to make sure everybody could get that one. Awesome. All right, next question. Oh my goodness, the Johnson families are on top. Somebody has to beat them in this. Which of the following reasons deem you ineligible to foster? Which of the following reasons deem you ineligible to foster? Frequent travel, limited square feet in your home, no previous fostering experience, or none of the above? Let's see who gets this one right. None of the above. There are no reasons not to foster. We will debunk all of those myths. Uh-oh, our leaderboard is shifting. That's exciting. So after the end of every question, y'all will be able to see what standing you're in. Fostering saves lives for which of the following reasons? It frees up shelter space. It allows for more individual attention. It allows pets time to heal and decompress, or again, all of the above. See, we're at 46 answers, 48 answers. 2, 1. All of the above. There are so many reasons fostering saves lives, plenty beyond the 3 that we listed, but in this case, the answer is all of the above. Oh, and Jennifer W. is still on top that round. Let's see if she can hold that lead. All right, next question. Since 1999, the Petco Foundation has invested more than blank in life-saving initiatives. 50 million, 250 million, 280 million, or 150 million. All right, while you all are answering this, there's about 10 seconds left of this question. We had a couple people say my screen just shows colors, no words. So what you will see is on the Zoom call, you'll see the words that you can choose from, and then you choose that corresponding color on the device you're using to answer. So if that's two windows that you have open, whatever that looks like, you just choose the corresponding answer. But if you tune into the Zoom window, you will see the question as well as the answer. So awesome. That one was hard. We had a lot of people split on that one, but the answer is 280 million. All right, did Jennifer W. hold the lead? Oh, she did, but Hannah is climbing up there. So we'll see if Hannah can come out on top after this next one. There's not that many points between y'all. Which of the following kittens would be considered neonatal? Is it a 1-week-old kitten, a 5-week-old kitten, a 1-month-old kitten, or a 5-month-old kitten? Which of these words refers to, or which of these ages fits neonatal? 43 answers and about 5 more seconds left. Let's see how the split works on this. And if people got this one right, let's see here. Almost everybody got this one right. Correct. A 1-week-old kitten is considered neonatal. All right. Hannah took it that round. Okay, okay. Let's go to the next question and see if everybody can hold their lead. All right, at what age is a dog considered a quote-unquote senior dog? Is it 5 years, 7 years, 10 years, or 12 years? Those are the answers here. My goodness, people are so fast. We have almost everybody answering before I can even finish reading the question. I'm so impressed. Everybody knows their foster trivia, right? All right, and the answer here is 7+ years is considered a quote-unquote senior dog. All right, next question. And we'll see the leaderboard. Oh my goodness, we have a new leader. What can you expect when you adopt a pet into your life? Bigger smiles, warmer welcomes, cozier naps, or all of the above? About 10 seconds left here. And we just showed a picture of Poutine, and we have Poutine's foster on the call too. That's very, very cool. Awesome. This was an easy one. Unanimous decision, all of the above, all of the positivity, all the love, all the cozy naps, all the warm welcomes, all the smiles when you adopt a pet. All right, Led Merca. First place. All right. Bob's from Skechers donates a portion of proceeds to the Petco Foundation for every purchase of which of the following? Is it shoes, leashes, collars, and harnesses, pet bedding and accessories, or all of the above? All right, I gotta be honest, y'all, this is another give me, but we love Bob's from Skechers. And as you know, they are supplying some of our prizes for tonight, so we wanted to give this shout out to them during this call. We're super grateful for that partnership. We love working with them. And no matter what you buy from Bob's, the Petco Foundation does get a portion of that to help continue and further our mission. So thank you to Bob. And y'all, with the quick answers to these questions, there are going to be quite a few people walking away at the end of this call with their own Bobs. So we're excited about that. All right, next question. Let's see what we got here. To date, the Petco Foundation has helped more than blank pets find loving homes. 5 million pets, 6.5 million pets, 2.5 million pets, or 6 million pets. To date, the Petco Foundation has helped more than blank pets find loving homes. How many million? It's a lot of loving homes. That's all I have to say, right? 6.5 million. 6.5 million pets, thanks to the Petco Foundation and our partners that have found loving homes since we began. It's a very exciting number for us. Oh, Christine is taking over the top of the leaderboard. This is exciting. We got a close game. All right, what's next? Which of the following do not have foster programs and are therefore not in need of fosters? Is it municipal animal shelters, foster-based rescues, humane societies, or none of the above? Which of these does not need a foster? Which of these organizations is likely not to have a foster program? Lots of nots here. That's our hint. Read it careful. Tried to throw a curveball at you guys. Let's see if you beat us. Correct, none of the above. So we get that question a lot, like who can you foster for? And it's all of the above. All of these organizations have a need for fosters. So great, 45 of y'all are already ready. Christine cannot be taken out of that lead. She's still number 1. All right, National Foster a Pet Month falls during which of the following months? September, May, March, or June? National Foster a Pet Month. Is it September? Is it May? Is it March? Or is it June? Let's see, 48, 49 answers. Almost everybody is in on this one. Let's see here. It is June. We are in National Foster a Pet Month, which is why we are having our foster party to wrap up this month and celebrate our Shelter Me TV premiere of the Fosters. Awesome. All right, let's see, did Christine hold the lead? Oh my goodness, y'all, this is a tight race. I guess we're just gonna have to give away a lot of bobs. Shucks. Which website uses facial recognition technology to reunite lost pets with their families? Is that Search for Spot, Finding Rover, Doggone Missing, or Returning Rover? Which website uses facial recognition technology to reunite lost pets with their family? Search for Spot, Finding Rover, Doggone Missing, or Returning Rover? Let's see who gets this one. This one's a little bit tricky. Finding Rover. All right, we couldn't fool you all. We have some smart fosters on this call. There is some exciting news about Finding Rover coming out from the Petco Foundation, so y'all stay tuned. We are so excited to celebrate some exciting news around them. More to come, and Christine's still on top. All right, our president, Suzanne Kogut, has fostered how many pets? Only a few because she travels a lot. 10, but it was a mom and her 9 pups. She doesn't foster because she already has 6 dogs or over 500 pets, but don't tell anyone because they'll think she's crazy. Big moment here. Let's see who gets this one right. That is one of Suzanne's fosters actually pictured. Or maybe that's an own pet. 40, yep, you are correct. 42 of you got that right. Suzanne Kogut has fostered more than 500 pets. Still has a foster today. She never stops, never gives up. All right, and Lud is back on top after that one. Okay, the following questions are true or false, y'all. So at this point, we have answered the multiple choice. So we're gonna do, you have 10 seconds to answer all these questions, and your 2 answers are just true or false, that's it. So the following questions are true or false, you have 10 seconds to answer. Here we go. There are approximately 85 million pet-owning households in the United States. Is that true or is that false? It is true. So that is the number we use when we say 2% of pet-owning households need to foster to eliminate unnecessary euthanasia. That's where we get that number from. All right, Lud is back on top. Let's see what our next question is. True or false? When it comes to fostering a pet, we often say that goodbye is the goal. Is that true or false? When you foster a pet, is goodbye the goal? It is true. We always say goodbye is the goal. Sometimes you don't get to say goodbye. Sometimes they get to stay in your house. Sometimes you become their loving home. But we do say goodbye is the goal. And the Johnson family helped us illustrate that earlier too. All right, what is next? True or false? Fostering is not currently possible with shelter-in-place orders in effect all across the country. So currently, we cannot foster. Is that true or is that false? It is false. That is correct. Fostering needs to happen at all times across the country, even in the midst of a national pandemic. Awesome. Next question. Let's check the leaderboard first. Okay, we're coming down to the end. You cannot be considered eligible to foster if you have multiple pets in your household. True or false? You cannot foster if you have multiple pets in your household. Is that true or is that false? It is so false, y'all. You can have as many pets as you want. Just ask Suzanne Kogut. She has multiple pets in her household. Some are fosters. Awesome. Oh my gosh, Lud just will not lose the lead in these final questions. All right, at petcofoundation.org/shelter, you can browse animal welfare orgs across the country and find a shelter nearest you. Is that true or is that false? This is another freebie, y'all, but we just want you to know that you can go to petcofoundation.org/shelter. Very important website. True, 100% participation on that one, 100% accuracy. That is correct. So if you have one of those foster signs in your yard and somebody says, how do I know where to foster? petcofoundation.org/shelter will give you a full list of organizations looking for fosters. Awesome. All right, next question. And we are coming down to the last few. We are in 21 of 24. The term foster fail refers to a foster pet that does not get adopted and is returned to the shelter. So foster fail is a foster pet that does not get adopted and instead it is returned to the shelter. Is that true or is that false? This is a little lingo in the foster community. It is false. A foster fail is a colloquial term that everybody uses in the foster community when instead of giving the foster away and finding it a new adoptive family, you become the adoptive family. So you failed at fostering, but you succeeded at adopting and finding that pet a loving home. It just happened to be yours. So that's what we say is a foster fail. Awesome. Next question. Let's see our leaderboard. All right. During COVID-19 crisis, the percentage of pets being cared for in foster homes has spiked to an all-time high. Is this true or is this false? 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. It is true. We are seeing so many pets being cared for in foster homes. And what we want to say is do not let that stop when the COVID pandemic ends. We want to continue to see this many people fostering and continue to see so many pets cared for in loving foster homes. All right, Victoria, head on to that next question. By my calculation, we should only have a couple left. So now's the time to make your move. All right. You cannot be considered eligible to foster if you have a full-time job. You cannot foster if you have a full-time job. Is that true or is that false? Big question here. It is false. 100% participation on that one. 100% people got that right. Awesome. That is very true. Anybody can foster. We are here to debunk those myths. Try us. We will prove you wrong. Anybody can save a life. Awesome. Let's see. 24 out of 24. National Animal Care and Control Appreciation Week is observed every second full week of April. One of our favorite animal care and control officers featured here. Is that true or is that false? Little known holiday that we want to celebrate more and more. It is true. National Animal Care and Control Week is observed the second full week of April. All right, with that, Victoria, why don't you hit that next button? And I think we will see who is on our podium. Lud Merca, and don't worry, y'all, we will be reaching out to email all of our winners today. We have more than enough prizes to give out. Darlene Williams, awesome. Darlene Williams came in first. Hannah Engel was second. She came home with the silver, and then Lud Merca came home with bronze. So you three will certainly be receiving some fun things from the Petco Foundation and our partners, Bob's from Skechers. And don't worry, some of you who said you had technical difficulties, we have some extra shirts to spare. So since you couldn't fully participate, we'll be reaching out to you all as well with some extra fun things. And Victoria, I think you can stop sharing your screen at this point. And I believe that is where we wrap it. So we do have our final big moment, which is the official reveal of Shelter Me TV's limited time premiere of The Fosters. And I am going to add that link to this video in our chat at this moment. And Suzanne, is there anything that you want to hop back on and say to everybody who tuned in today, or defend how many fosters you have since you were featured in that?
Not defending it. I'm not defending it. I'm just mad it wasn't more than that, right? I love fostering, always will, totally believe it saves lives, and I know everyone on this call with me does. I will say, after you see the incredible video that Shelter Me has put together and the incredible episode on fostering, I am sure that that video will inspire more people to save lives. We hope you guys will, you know, keep recruiting more out there, keep doing what you're doing, and thank you always for joining us. And we're just always grateful for all of you at the Petco Foundation.
Agreed. Couldn't say it better, Suzanne. Thank you so much. And team, that link to that Shelter Me premiere is in that chat box. You will also be receiving it via email, and you'll be able to find it on social media through the coming week at Petco Foundation social media. So stay tuned follow along with us, continue to foster, and thank you all so much for your time today. That's a wrap. That's the end. Thank you all so much for tuning in. See you later.